Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Well, today we've had half of the story here already, but we've been eagerly waiting for part two, and it's the ICM kit, the 35th scale US Field stove M1937 with cooks. Now, we do get the M1937s, of course, in my previous review, just 4 or 5 weeks ago, where we saw the US Army kitchen truck. So I probably won't dwell too much on the stoves because we've seen them and discussed them quite a lot. I didn't have that much history about them, but quite a few of the viewers and subscribers, a lot of you have commented and given quite a lot of interesting background about some of these things. So I did learn quite a bit, to be honest. But now we've had the German cooks, of course, doing their field kitchen. Now the good old US is going to strike back, and look what we've got here. So they aren't cooking up sausages and wursts and ham. No, no, no. It must be near Thanksgiving, I think, because they've got a lovely great big turkey. Look at this. The chef's got a turkey. Look at that. How cool is that? Let's just get a bit more light on for you. There you go. Yeah, look at that. Chef's got a turkey. Yeah, you've got the guy preparing what looks like some soup. I think this guy over here, I think he's flipping some eggs. So yeah, this is going to be really cool. So this really does go with and complements the US kitchen truck we talked about to make yourself a really interesting diorama. Another great one from ICM, it's kit number 35619. Here's the Army truck one from last month. Won't dwell on that, I'll move that out of the way, but many of you will recall this one, I'm sure. So this is, you want to make a complete full diorama, these are the two you really need to have to go together. And there you go, there's your US Army truck. And that one is 35587. Very nice it was indeed, I'm very impressed with that. So let's move on, have a look at what we got with these guys then. I do like these figures that ICM keep producing. They always seem to add something interesting. And I noticed in this one we've actually got what looks like one of the orderlies. One of the cooks, he's actually pressurising the stove with what looks like a bicycle pump. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. Oh yeah, on the side we've actually got, just zoom you in, we've actually got illustration of the 4 figures and the M1937 stove, and I said he was using a bicycle pump to pressurise it. And again, some of the experts amongst you might be able to explain what that's all about. But I'm quite good at cooking, but not World War II era stoves. And then you've got the chef with his turkey, and then you've got the other chap preparing. Not sure whether it's soup or whether it's some potatoes or vegetables he might be chopping. Actually. Right, let's have a look at what we've got then. Now, several of you have been wondering where I've been for a while. I think many of you know I've not been too well. Nothing too serious, I hope. But I had to have a little trip to hospital for a small operation. Something very unusual. I'll talk about it in a second. Once I've got this open, so that we can set the record straight. So basically, very unusual problem I've had. Actually, something I didn't see coming at all. Not related to any other problem I've ever had before. I just went for a regular trip to my dentist, and the dentist spotted an anomaly underneath my tongue, which I won't show you. You might be eating. Something very odd, and something I wasn't aware of, spotted just purely by the dentist. And she said, oh, I'm not too happy about this. And she wanted it monitoring, so we had a situation where I had to monitor it and take photographs of it, and we reviewed it over a number of weeks. And then it seemed to be getting better. I didn't take it terribly seriously, if I'm honest, throughout October and November. And then the dentist herself went on holiday, and then this thing seemed to be going away. And then as soon as she went on holiday, it seemed to flare up again. So I went to the doctor, referred me to the hospital fairly quickly, a good service from the hospital, from the NHS. And then I had to have this operation where it was a biopsy basically, so they cut open your tongue and they take some tissue, sliced it vertically and then stitch it horizontally, 4 stitches. And yeah, still a bit sore, and this is the reason I've been off YouTube. Now I haven't got the results yet, so I don't know what the situation is. fingers crossed, it's going to be okay. But I wasn't able to talk, so I'm not being able to do YouTube videos because I've not been able to speak. And I'm still a bit rusty, not quite in my usual Shakespearean flow, you might say. So that's where I've been, in case you're wondering what's been going on. Not out of the woods yet, so we'll see how I get on. But yeah, it's a strange thing. But they say basically, you know, it could be cancer. So it could be quite serious. So apparently, the dentist said that a lot of mouth cancers can start on the tongue. That's where it often starts. But normally, if you're a heavy smoker, or if you're older, it's worse. You know. People know I have a cigar about once every Preston Guild, you know, birthdays and Christmas and things like that. But I'm not a smoker. But we shall see how I get on. So I just thought I'd let you know where we were and what had been going on and why I've not been on, what was wrong with me. So nothing to do with my hands, or I haven't got a false Luke Skywalker hand. Just using the gloves for the normal reason. Right, so there you go. So there's the medical update. Let's get back to the cooks. Let's see if I can get through this without stuttering and what I mustn't do, by the way, is bite my tongue. And be very wary about biting your tongue. It's something I was told about. It's something you must try and avoid if you can. Because that doesn't... If you're one of these people that bites his tongue or her tongue and then you do it again, it can do quite a bit of damage, actually. So it's something you must try and avoid. So don't eat your fast food with too much... or your caviar with too much eagerness, because it's not good if you bite your tongue. Anyway, I think I bit my tongue, which may have contributed to this. Not sure. Saying that, we actually think the major cause of it, to get to back to the reason, the dentist and even the specialist consultant said that he thinks, they all said the same thing, that they thought it was a problem I had with one of my teeth. I had a filling. And it does, what this story does say, and it's very important actually, I should say this before I move on, you should have regular dental checkups, because that's how this got spotted, you know. How long this would have gone on before it became a problem, who knows. But the earlier you spot anything to do with your mouth that goes wrong, and this is why they worry about mouth cancer, because if you spot things early, the outcomes are very favourable, and if you don't, if you leave it, then problems develop and become very serious very quickly indeed. So make sure you go to the dentist, folks. There's another YouTuber who's a YouTube channel about cars. He's a mechanic and owns a garage not far from me in Crewe, actually. The Car Pitch, in fact. A chap called Liam. I think his channel's called Car UK. And he had problems, and he got sepsis, and it was because of a problem with his tooth. And he had a tooth abscess, and it turned into sepsis. And he was really poorly. He was proper seriously ill. So his story was 4 or 5 weeks before mine became a story. His was more sort of urgent and serious than mine was, but yeah, both stories, having heard his tale and my own experience, you should definitely have regular checkups, 6 monthly checkups at least at your dentist, because especially when you get to a certain age, it's worth having regular health checks just to screen you, you know. Things can get found really quickly, so please folks, do look after yourselves. And if you get anything abnormal in your mouth, even ulcers and things like that, that you don't normally get it checked, because it can be quite serious. So fingers crossed I'm going to be okay. I'll give you an update if there's any news. But there we go. So look after yourselves and make sure you get regular health checks, and don't neglect your teeth or your mouth. It's very important. Anyway, back to the cooks from ICM. So ICM's 35619. I'm looking forward to this. So we've got our cooks here. Let's see what's cooking tonight. Now, I'm probably not going to go into too much detail about the stove, because I think we've seen enough of that already in the previous kit. Here we have... whoops. Yeah, here we go. Now this kit is retailing, I think it's about the £24 mark. £22-24 in the UK, thereabouts. You may find it higher or lower than that. Now, I'm really interested in the figures again here, because, as I say, we've seen the stove in great detail in that truck set. So what I will do, try to speak slower if I can, because I'm desperate not to, whatever I do, I mustn't bite my tongue, get carried away. Speak a bit slower. In the other set, where we've got the US Army truck, the kitchen truck, that's already got the review on that in great detail, so I'll put a link over here at the end so you can have a look at that. But let's have a look at these cooks, because that's what I'm really interested in today, and what they are cooking up. So I think that might be quite amusing. A lot of you will remember my review of the the German cooks, which was hilarious really, because it had one chap was peeling potatoes, another one had Wurst sausages, which was quite cool. Let's see what these American guys have got. The GIs, what have they got for lunch? Alright, sure enough, we've got, it's in a similar vein, isn't it? So we've got chopping board. I think I was right, it looks like it's veg. This guy was chopping, I think he's chopping maybe potatoes, it looks like. Is that potato? I think that's potato, it's chopped in half, can you see that? And here he is with his knife, chopping knife. Yep, that's our guy, he's doing a bit of chopping. So here he is, and we've got there's his legs and his boots. You've got his, obviously got his arm with the knife. We'll just turn that around and look at that. Isn't that cool? That's nice. They've done that really well with the fingers and everything, haven't they? There's no flash. This is new tool, by the way. Completely new tool. These cooks. And yeah, here we go. See his tunic. You've got his cap there. GI's cap. And then over on this side we have got, what have we got here? Oh, this is, oh, look at this. We've got the turkey, the Thanksgiving turkey. Check it out. It's in two halves, so you can have it chopped down the middle if you want. That is so good. Sorry. Look at this. Look at the turkey with the legs, look. Sorry, trying not to laugh too much. Keep the camera still. That is so cool, that turkey, isn't it? Look at it from the rear perspective. Look at that. That's very good. And then there he is. And what's he got in his hand? Just got, I see, I think it's his, is that the handles? Oh no, it's the, sorry, no, it's even better. Those are turkey wings on the extreme left. That's the wings of the turkey. The legs obviously attached. The wings, you glue those on to give you your full turkey. Isn't that cool? So you can have hot wings like KFC. Oh, that's classic. I love it, I love it, I love it. And here's the officer. Oops. Here he is. We've got his legs and his tunic. He's going to be your chef. And that's what I've realised. I thought he had a strange hat. I was trying to figure out what this is, and of course it's the top of the chef's hat. Proper chef's hat. Do they have a special name? I'm not sure what they're called. And then over here, it looks like I was right about potatoes, because if you look over here, yep, it looks like a load of spuds that have been, or are they hash browns? I think it might be hash browns. Perhaps our American cousins can tell us on this. It looks like hash brown, maybe. Yep, see the spuds or hash browns? I reckon they're hash browns. Then we've got his legs, complete with boots. Great detail, of course, in the creasing and the pleating of the trousers. Tunic with all these. See, he's got all his pockets. And here he is. This is your guy that's doing your hash browns, no messing. So that's what he's flipping. He's not flipping burgers or fried eggs. He's flipping hash browns, and he's actually, oh, there's the proof, look. So there you go, you've got his hand with the spatula, complete with a hash brown on the end of it. Can you see that? Isn't that good? See it from the other side, look, see it in 3D. There it is. There's your spatula with your hash brown on the end. So try and keep it still. There we go. How cool is that? That is absolutely brilliant. And he's got a cloth in his other hand, like a tea towel, just in case he needs to pick up a hot pan. I love it, I love it, I love it. That's absolutely brilliant. And then over on this side you've got the chap with his hand. This is the other hand, sorry. There. This is the other hand that's down. The guy that's got the knife in one hand, and he's got his hand down on the chopping board to hold it steady. And then over on this side, this is this chap that's got his bicycle pump, and it looks like it pretty much is a bike pump, or similar, and he's pressurising the oven. Not sure how it works really. What's the pressurisation about then? Obviously it's a pressure vessel, and then you've just got, yeah, in Got his hands there. Cap. Great details in the face as usual. My camera zooms in straight away, knows it's a face, locks onto it. Excellent. Isn't that good? There's your hash browns again. Flipping hash browns. Oh, that's just fantastic, isn't it? I love it, I love it, love it. And over here, by the way, that's your plate that your turkey's going to go on. Tray. The hot tray from the oven. Sit your turkey on there. There's your turkey again with your turkey wings, look. It's epic, isn't it? You could have some fun with this, couldn't you? You could really have some fun with this. I think ICM have knocked it out of the park again with this one. I didn't think they were going to beat the Wurst last time when we had ham and schinken and Wurst. And they have, haven't they? I think those turkey wings. I was looking at them thinking, what's the Z, you know? It didn't occur to me until I realised there was a little... there's an indentation in the turkey where obviously that's the point, the contact point, you glue it in. And you end up with a complete turkey. You can go to town with your sort of browning of your turkey. I love it, I love it, I love it. Right, I mean that's a 10 out of 10 from me because I think that's really funny. I just like the way that they go to make that little bit of extra effort with the design. You know, the hash browns on the end of the spatula, the flipping, that he's flipping. It's so well done, isn't it? It's so well done. I really love it. Yeah, I'm most impressed. I say we've got on top of that, of course, we've got an entire kit which has got this set of these 3 stoves, complete with the cooking pots, and they have a carrying case for the hot food, so they can take it straight to the front line. You know, keep it hot, insulated pot. It looks a bit like a suitcase when you see it on the actual on the artwork here. See that? So there you got a pot that's going to carry something like casserole or goulash or soup on the left, and on the right that'll probably be used for something like the turkey, I guess, maybe the vegetables. You've also got it's actually for water, not fuel, a jerry can, and then you've got the little bench, as it were, for the chopping bench, which is all separate. And again, it's part of that same set that was in from last week. You also get on top of that, what was the other thing? Was it labels and things? Yes. I'll just zoom in on this so you can see it. I won't bother taking it out of the bag. You can just see there that we have ladle, serving ladles for your soup there. And I say, I'll send you the link for the rest of that so you can see it all. I don't want to duplicate it all over again. What a fantastic set! Aren't these fun though? There's something really enjoyable, especially now, sort of this time of the year, Thanksgiving and then Christmas about just around the corner, any day in fact. You know, what's not to like? Absolutely brilliant. Love that. And I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 because there's nothing in there that gives me any concern or worry at all. Can't see any extra works needed. You just got to use your creative skills for figures. It's amazing how many people don't do figures. I've got friends and relatives even that don't do figures. I didn't used to do them, but and you can see in the results for this video there will be a very big drop in the number of views every time I show figures. A lot of people are just turned off from them. You know, they're not interested in figures. A lot of people don't do them, but the reason they don't, of course, is it's really hard. And I mean, I've done some half decent figures, but they're not brilliant. I'm not going to pretend they're, you know, something to. I wouldn't do a tutorial on figures. I certainly wouldn't dare, because that would make me a laughing stock probably. So I'm okay. They're acceptable. They get by, you know. And I think that they're going to be decent enough in the context of the model I'm doing for the Mosquito. But a lot of people are just nervous about them. It's a shame in a way. I think that it's good that ICM and other manufacturers are doing better figures, which helps. I think getting the paints right and getting the contours and the textures right and the tones right on the faces is always the challenge. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I struggle with it as well. But I don't know. Just have a go at them. I mean, something like that is such good fun, you know. It doesn't really matter if I don't know, you could even maybe paint masks on them or something, pretend it's a Christmas party and cheat your way out of the problem or something like that. But they're just great fun, aren't they? Those figures, you know, things like. I mean, I was saying that those were. I was just saying that those were hash browns, or are they actually burgers? They're probably burgers, aren't they? I think there's probably too many to be hash browns, so they're probably hamburgers. Epic. So you can make him look like what you want. You want to make him look like hash browns, you can do that. You want to make it look like he's flipping burgers. Absolutely. That chap could have a feature at McDonald's, I'm sure of it. Anyway, 10 out of 10 from me. Hope you'll agree and think that was quite good fun to look at. Hope you'll give me a thumbs up. Give me a 10 out of 10. Give me a like. Yes, I'm glad to be back. It's strange. I've actually been off YouTube for 3 weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks between filming, I mean. But may not be quite 3 weeks, more like 2 weeks, I think, between the videos. But they're often shot, you know, they're not shot on the day that they are published. They're often shot a week or two before, and 7 to 10 days usually. So yeah, I've been a bit out of action, and I say I've got to be careful not to overdo things at the moment. Take it easy, and Christmas is fast approaching. Just going to put my feet up for Christmas and have a little play with the models. I think trying not to do too much on YouTube, but I have got another couple of videos coming up. Some other interesting kits coming from ICM, which are worth seeing. They've done some more of these clever combo sets I've talked about before. Definitely worth a look. So please tune in and stay tuned for that. Until next time then, thank you very much for watching the show. I hope you thought it was interesting and entertaining. For the price of one of those, say around about £20 mark, early 20s it is, or maybe even less, but an absolute bargain. Lot of certainly something you could enjoy over the Christmas period, particularly. It's very well timed, that, isn't it? It's like an ICM Christmas present almost, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please stay tuned until next time. We'll be along again with some more interesting stuff very soon. Until then, thanks for all your time. Take care. Look after yourselves. Stay well, stay safe. And if I don't see you before, have a great Christmas. You see I've got my Christmas lights on. I forgot to point that out. I'm sure you spotted them in the background going there. Thanks a lot. I'll see you again soon. In the meantime, thanks a lot. Bye for now. Take care. Bye-bye.